And we're back. Okay, before we go to the comprehension questions, I'm going to try to show you this PowerPoint, and I don't know how it's going to work, but I wanted to show you some pictures from the festival so you can kind of have a better idea of what the festivals looked like. So we're going to go to the next slide. So this is the water splashing festival in Thailand, and they paint the elephant and get the elephant to shoot water out at people. Here's another one with people throwing water on each other, and you can see even the elephants are involved over here. Doesn't that look so fun? I mean, it could look terrifying too if you're not a fan of getting wet like that, but when it's so hot, I bet it feels so good. And then this is at the Coconut Festival in Kauai, and they're doing the hula dance with their grass skirts. And this is the one at the Ivory Coast, the Mask Festival, and this is more one of the, I think it's more of a scary face than an animal face. And the last one is May Day, and this is the girls dancing around the maypole in their dresses with the ribbons coming down from the pole. So there's some pictures of those celebrations. I thought that might help you have some context for those holidays. And I'm going to go back and look at the comprehension questions. So if you can look at your packet or online with me. Number 1, how are the celebrations in Hawaii and the Ivory Coast alike? Or how are they the same? And do you remember? Do people play ball at both celebrations? Do they dance? Or do they make masks? And I don't remember hearing anything about playing ball. And then making masks, that's only for the one at the Ivory Coast, but I do remember them talking about both dancing. So I would choose B as my answer. Okay, and we'll go down. Well, no, we'll check your answers later, but my highlighter will disappear. Number 2, what is an example of a tradition? A, people in Thailand always treat older relatives with respect. B, people in Hawaii live just north of the equator. C, people in the Ivory Coast live in villages. And when I look at B and C, to me, that's talking about geography. It's talking about north of the equator or people living in villages. Somewhat geography, somewhat the way that they live. But a tradition, people, they always do. That word always lets me know it's something that has been passed down from the generation. So people in Thailand always treat older relatives with respect. Now, maybe they don't always. There's probably a few people that aren't respectful to their elders. But I would choose A because that is the one that, to me, sounds like a tradition. These other ones sound more like a location. And number 3, the author would agree that A, celebrations take a lot of time and money and might not be worth it. And I'm already going to say, no, that's a negative answer, and the author does not express that in this text. B, celebrations around the world are filled with traditions and fun. Or C, celebrations help people become better dancers. I wish that one was the answer because I need help with that. But the answer I'm going to go with is B because they're filled with traditions and fun. Their celebrations are filled with traditions and fun because that's what this article is talking about. So if we check our answers, number 1 is B. People dance at both celebrations. Yes, we said that. 2, an example of a tradition is A. People in Thailand always treat older relatives with respect. Got that one right. And 3, we said the answer was B. Celebrations around the world are filled with traditions and fun. So yay, we got them all right. Okay, and I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. And now it is time for us to work together, and then you're going to do some work. So we're going to do an example, and the celebration So this one I'm going to show you how to do, and then you're going to do one on your own. And you're going to choose a celebration in your culture, or in your family, or yes, in your culture. So it could be an American holiday, it could be a Mexican holiday, Guatemalan, Honduras, Iraq, Egypt, Somalia. I know I'm forgetting a lot of places because you guys are from all over, or your families are from very different places. So, but you can choose the one that you want to write about. So this is our plan. This is how we're going to plan what we're going to write about. So the celebration I'm going to choose is the 4th of July. And if you have paper and pencil, you could be writing this down. If you want to be typing it, that would be fine. So why do you celebrate this holiday? So this holiday is to celebrate America's independence from, and you guys know this, where? Independence from where? Revolutionary War, Great Britain. All right, when does this holiday take place? It takes place on July 4th. That one's an easy one because it tells us, we call the holiday by the date. Who is there? So this could be a lot of different answers. For me, sometimes it's my family. And actually, my brother's birthday is on the 4th of July. So when he was a little kid and the fireworks were going off, he thought that it was for him. He thought the celebration was just especially for his birthday. So it was really fun while he was little to celebrate the 4th of July because he thought it was all about him and he didn't understand about American independence yet. So who is there? A family, friends. Sometimes you go to places where you don't even know anybody. There's fireworks displays, and you maybe don't know the people that are there. You go with people you know. What do you wear? Maybe clothing that is red, white, and blue, or clothing with an American flag on it. And what activities, that could be songs or dances or games, do you do? I think, like in my family, and I think in other families, maybe they'll do a barbecue or a picnic, and then they will watch fireworks. Okay, so this is my planning of what I'm going to write about. So I'm answering, if you'll notice, I'm answering those W questions. We've got who, we've got what twice, who, what, we've got when, and why. And we left out where, so I'm going to put where. It could be at a park, it could be in someone's yard, it could be in a field. So these are places. So these are different answers for the 4th of July. I will tell you, for me, it is usually in a park. So then what you are going to do is you are going to choose for yourself. You're not going to, you can do the 4th of July if you would like, but I would really prefer you to do one that was not the example. If you have different things that you do on the 4th of July, that's fine. And then you are going to answer these questions for the celebration that you have chosen, and then you're going to write a paragraph about it. So I'm going to go ahead and add another slide here. So I would write, I'm going to look back here, how do I get started? So I'm writing about celebrating the 4th of July. So why do you celebrate this holiday? So I would start with the 4th, I'm going to type it out. The 4th of July is a celebration in the United States. I'm going to change that because I want to use celebration later. The 4th of July is a holiday in the United States because government buildings are closed. People are off of work on the 4th of July. The 4th of July is a holiday in the United States celebrating America's independence. Sorry, I cannot spell. Independence from Great Britain. And I'm just going to go in order of the questions here. When does this holiday take place? So I'm going to write, this holiday happens on the 4th of July. I'm going to go back to my question. Who is there? So I'm writing about myself, so I would say, when I celebrate the 4th of July, my friends and, I'm going to change the order, my family and friends are there. And actually, if I'm lucky enough to be in Missouri for the 4th of July, my brother and his wife have this huge 4th of July party where my brother has spent a lot of time and effort collecting fireworks, and he creates a display. They live out on a farm, and so they have a pretty magnificent fireworks display for their 4th of July party. So my brother kind of gets to do his favorite thing. He gets to shoot off fireworks, and it's his birthday. So he still thinks the 4th of July is all about him. Okay, who is there? And so I kind of mix my experiences. Sometimes I celebrate in Nashville, I celebrate in a park. And then in Missouri, I celebrate it at my brother's house. So to make it a little more interesting, I'm going to say, if I'm in Missouri, I celebrate it at my brother and sister-in-law's farm. Okay, then I want to go back to the next topic. What do you wear? I usually wear clothing that is red, white, and blue. Okay, so we're going to go back and look at this slide again. So we're going to do where. We've done where. So activities. Okay. My brother will barbecue hamburgers, hot dogs, and brats. Those are like sausages. People bring other side dishes for the potluck meal. So you have a lot of different kinds of food that people bring. Once, I'm going to say we eat together, and once it gets dark, we sit and watch the amazing fireworks display. So your assignment is going to be what we just did. Do a planning thing with the 5 W's like we did back here, and then you're going to write, you can write a paragraph, you can write an essay, and then draw a picture and send it to your homeroom teachers. Thank you for listening.